Hey guys, so this is my first video of myself Piyush Agarwal, and today I will be showing that how to use the database activities from A2019. So let's start by logging to the community edition. So develop any kind of bot, we can just log into our A2019, click on create a bot, and let's name it database activity bot. Okay, and you can give any kind of description over there, self-explanatory, and just click on create and edit. Now A2019 gives us a good platform where we can either check our bot, develop our bot in a flow view where you can just drag and drop, and or if you like in list or dual view as well, whatever suits you well. So I would go with flow for now. Now in actions I will just search for database. Now here, to connect with your database, like I will be using MySQL for this video as I prefer MySQL. Now first we drag and connect command over here. Now what is connect? Is basically we are telling our bot on A2019 to connect to our MySQL on local system. So here we have got various fields. Session name is basically like if I have got multiple databases to connect with, I will use the session name different for each one to get data as per my requirement. Then comes connection mode. Once more, this session name can be anything, like I can give this MySQL session 1 or anything. For now I will just go with default. There is we will be working on single database. Next I have got connection mode. This can be two types. First is default, in which like you just enter a connection string and use a specific database. Like if I will talk about connection string, you can go to the auto A2019 docs and get the default type of the connection string. Like here it is generally server, then your server name, then we have got port number. If you have got something different, like generally it's for 3306. If I have talk about MySQL, then I have got my database name. Okay, so that is database equal database name. Next we get UID. UID is what? Basically the username of our user made in database. Then password. Okay, but for this demo, right, and one more thing, like in this you will have to specify a database file. For this demo I am just going to use the user defined, which is like the best thing about A2019. It provides you access to different multiple kind of databases which are generally used by each user. So since we are using MySQL, let's go with it. Server name, it's localhost. Database name, that you can see from here, like I am using db1. So db1, and if you are like new to SQL and don't know, so like you can create a database using create database and your database name like db1 and semicolon. And if you want to check your databases, just write this command and enter. It will give you a list of all your databases in the dbms system. Now it's asking for the username. Like right now I will be giving just an insecure string root, and password same as root. For a like a very good bot, like if you are doing this in production not for learning, I would suggest to make some credentials or variables. Credentials would be highly preferred. Port number 3306 as for MySQL, that is the default type. Now let's select the database. Here this specific file is basically the .jar file. Okay, so for this we need a path. Let's browse it. So it should be present in like C, then move to program files. Here MySQL, then MySQL connector, where it is. Let's check it in this connector.odbc. No, it's not here. MySQL shell, then bin. No, where could it be? Here, if I just check, wait a second, I do have it written somewhere. Let's check it out. So if I just go through my notes, if anyone need these notes, they can always check my GitHub repo. Now here, okay, this path is given for the MySQL connector. Cool. Let's check it on this also. Again, I will just browse again and type this path, enter. Okay, so here it is, MySQL connector Java, then your version, whatever it would be, just open it. Okay, so we are done with the connection. Now, if we just want to check, we can just click on run. If it runs successfully, that means your connect word is working. You have properly connected your MySQL to the A2019 bot. Here it is just downloading the 309 kbs dependencies and it worked successfully. Okay, now let's move to different thing. We have got our database. What we have got next, we have got like read from, run, stored procedures inside of the, okay, let's check this read from activity, what it is. This read from activity, it has a session name, a select query, maximum number of records to fetch, and time for the query, and we can export this data to CSV. Okay, so again, like I said earlier, in the connect, the session name, this one also here should be same. Okay, now select statement, so select all from inventory 1. Let's look what it is actually in the table. If I would run the same command here, over here, then I got no empty results. Okay, so it should not give me any result. And let's export data to CSV. Okay, it's asking me for a desktop file path. Let me give, like if I just copy the path over here, and its extension should be a .csv. Okay, so like let's give it output.csv, and I will check on export with headers and a disconnect command also. Okay, let's run it. What it should give? I am probably just the headers of the data table, since there are no entries in it. Let's run. Again, it worked successfully. Now let's check for the output file. Here we have got the output.csv. As we thought, it gave us only the headers of the data table. Okay, now let's do another. First, we will insert some data in our database using our A2019 only. So this, I will just disable this action and now use insert or update delete. Let's insert more than one data, or probably just first for the starting, insert into table name, that is inventory 1. I will just write values, and what I have got in this inventory 1, like describe inventory 1. Here I've got these fields. First is character, product name, then some suppliers, and then sales, 2 integers, current stock, and 3 integers again. Okay, so my product name is let's do this here. I've just made it work side by side. Now our product name is like pencils, I would say, just some pencils. Then I have got total suppliers in integer, so I will just give 10. Total sales, probably 8. Current stock, it is a in varchar type, so like 10 in stock. Okay, then pending orders, integer type, so I will just give it in any kind of thing. Okay, just few integers and a semicolon. Now it is asking for timeout query. It is optional, we don't really need it. Now if we run this, it should insert this single entry in our data table. So let's see. Again, the bot is running. Okay, it's just 311 kbs to be downloaded. It worked successfully. Let's see, it should have given us the data. If I just write select string from inventory 1 and enter. Okay, there is some, yeah, here we have got the data that we needed. Now if I want to suppose enter multiple data multiple times, what we'll do generally, we just, it's like doing it in a loop again and again. We can apply a loop for this. Like here I will just put this inside this and a loop. Okay, so this is like in general practice how we like use, and this is just using your mouse. You can drag and drop, zoom in, zoom in out. Everything is possible over A2019. It's so much customizable. Now if I run this again, what will happen? It will just reinsert the same query 10 times, same similar data. Next we will be able to like get extracted data from the database to Excel, and we will see how other activities works over there in A2019. Oh, it's at access error because key inventory primary. Yeah, so the reason that it failed was because the product name is a primary key, which should not be same. Okay, so we will need to like write different values for this one. Cool. So what we can do, let's make it a little bit different. For each we need a value so that it can iterate. Excel basic for each file in a folder. Okay, I will just use this one for each file in a folder, and I need to give a folder path. So let's give it this one. Okay, for testing purpose I will just give this path and a variable name, file name. Basically I'm going to use these file names as the product name. Okay, now let's see, in over here we need to just change this. So I will write press F2, then dictionary of string, dictionary key. It should be file name. Oh sorry, probably just name. If you want to check what is the key, you can go over here. Here access the name key to access file name, and extension key to access the file extension. Cool. So here I have got file name dollar and a single quote over here. Let's test this again. Probably it should work this time. It should write the product names as the file names in my folder. Hope it works. Again, a 312 KB of download. It went successful. Okay, let's see again. Here I have got all the data inside this table with these things as duplicate. We didn't make them dynamic or anything. Okay, so now we are done with inserting some data inside the loop. So I am going to disable it. Now again, let's enable this activity again once. So it was to extract the data. Now let's see what happens. It should, here I am writing override the existing file. So what it should do, now it should create a new file output.csv, or basically override the previous one, and all this data in the MySQL should be given back to me in Excel format. So here we are done with the bot and move to output.csv. Here you see it's so like fast. It copied all the data in our Excel, and we can do more of our work over like Excel automations, which I will be showing in the later upcoming videos how to do that using A2019. So moving forward, let's see what other commands we have got to check. Like okay, we are done with this. Again, disable it. Here enable the loop, and let's bring it out. We have some few more things to over here, like this insert, update, delete command. It the like here as the name insert, we can do insertion, update, delete, and there are other commands also we can use, like we have got truncate, alter commands. those all the queries from SQL can be used using this command. Like if you see, for example, I want to use truncate. By default, A2019 does not show a command for running that, but if you run truncate in this one, it should work. Let's see. Okay, so I have written the SQL query and I'm run. Again downloading some 300 kbs and it's work done. See, all the data is now removed, empty data set. Cool. So I'm back with no data anymore. Now let's see what we have different from here. We have got begin database transaction and end database transaction. As you might already know, for people who have worked with SQL, that transactions are generally used if you want something to commit successfully always, like something either goes done or not done. What I mean to say, like if I do begin database transaction and end database transaction activity, then anything between these two will always be committed. If there is some kind of error that occurs between these two, then all the changes will be rolled back to the previous state. Though by default, MySQL has an auto save option, or basically an auto commit option, which needs to be disabled. Okay, next we go from run stored procedures. Since right now I do not have any kind of procedures with me, so but I will show you how it works. What are run stored procedures? Stored procedures are basically like functions in C, Python. If you might have some coding experience, you might have seen that they kind of functions we use, like sum of code that we use. So this activity is just used to call that procedure name, and we can like add the parameters in an input output and input output based on the different kind of data types. There are multiple data types available in A2019 you can go with. Okay, next what we have got, the export to data table, last activity that we have left, and manage stored procedure. Manage stored procedure also I will show you. It's just like creating a stored procedure, again a full command for that. Okay, so let's disable this one and this one. Now I will just go to list view, and once let's remove this which we are not using, and I'm not using this database transaction or insert update, so I will just remove this one. It was like simply press control and select all the activities. As usual, A2019 user experience is too good. Now the last activity which I want to export to data table. Okay, so export to data table is basically when we have some kind of work we need to do using our database. What we can do, we can convert that into a data table variable and access it in a bot. So here select query, like what I want to access from the data table. Then like let me show you another database. I have got like select asterisk from I guess this might have some data. Oh, I have got too much data over here. So this is basically a data set of multiple Redmi Note for mobiles based on the costs from Flipkart that I have scrapped. Now here I will just get the name, type and price of each for top 10 rows. Okay, so like select all from mobile cover, then let's set limit to 10. Okay, top 10 rows we have got, or instead what I can do using A2019, maximum records to fetch is 10. And now create a variable, let's name it dt1. I will just write some description, uh, contains data from mobile cover data table. Cool, and create and select. That's it. Now this will get our data, and we can even check it, like let's do a loop over here for each row in data table dt1 and row, or probably r dt. Okay, and let's just put a message box over here. Yeah, now press F2 to access the variable, this RDT record, and we can get this by index. That would be easier. We have got 3 columns, so I will just put this, and we have got multiple system variables as well, like a tab for string. I can use this and just copy this one, this over here, change the index to 1, and again this tab one I will copy, and once more this one. Okay, so I have developed this. Now what it should do, let's again assuming us, it should keep us a message box that will close after every 3 seconds and show us each entry for the first 10 rows in the database over here. Let's run it. So the bot is starting again, just a 300 kbs of download, and it started. So it's just showing like the mobile cover name, the type, and the price. It's all showing me. We can make it look very well better. Instead of using tabs, I could have used just some spaces or anything. So this was the like end of the demonstration. I hope you might have enjoyed and learned like how to use the database activities. I will be keeping forward developing some more videos. Do like, share, and subscribe, and comment as well if you have got some kind of activity or package you want to learn about. Next, I will be going with another activity. We have got so many. Let's see which one I will choose. Okay, see you guys. Bye bye.